Is this one of the most underrated fairway drivers on the market? Let's find out. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm gonna be going over the DGA Pipeline. If you guys watched the last video I did a review on the Discraft Sting, and the numbers for it and the Pipeline were very similar. I think the Pipeline is a little faster. The Discraft Sting that I did a review on turned out to be pretty serviceable fairway driver that you could throw on tight wooded shots, have a little bit of a flip up from hyzer to flat, possibly even to an anhyzer type shot. So after throwing that disc, I started to think, how's my Pipeline stack up to that kind of disc? So I'm gonna be throwing similar shots that I did with the Discraft Sting today on Freeman Lake with my DGA Pipeline. I'll even do a side-by-side comparison of the two just to see how they stack up against each other. And at the end, I'm gonna rate it from 1 through 10 and tell you guys what I think. So this is hole 2 at Freeman Lake. It's about 250 feet. Kind of over the hill and then downhill. I'm gonna try to throw this out on enough hyzer just to get a sweeping hyzer shot out of this Pipeline. So what I've noticed about the Pipeline so far is it actually does have a little bit more stability than the Sting. So it's gonna be good for a faster arm speed. Though Pipeline actually has a little too much speed for this shot. I'm gonna be throwing it on a little bit of a flex. Whoo, that may be spicy. A little more height on that Pipeline, and I'd be looking at an easy birdie. Oh, straight up basketball style. So far, the Pipeline's got a little more stability than the Discraft Sting did, and I'm really enjoying that. I don't think the numbers on here are completely true. To me, this flies more like an 8-speed with like a -1 kind of fade. Though, when I did put it on a little bit of anhyzer, it did want to fight out of it a little bit. I still feel like it's pretty close to a neutral flying fairway driver. If you've got a regular buzz and you just want an extra 100 feet on it, this is probably the disc for that. Professional players are going to be throwing this for high turnovers that are kind of a slow turnover shot, or even rollers, things like that. The faster arm speeds are probably gonna go for an undertaker in place of this disc. But if you're in the woods and you're having to throw kind of a slower shot, it's great for that. So I landed here. Just gonna use that to mark. This is where my Discraft Sting landed actually. I just adjusted the way that I threw this disc to get pretty much the same result. That's pretty much what I would want to have a Pipeline. I just need a little more distance off the tee, and this shot would have been set up perfect for a birdie look on this hole. So now to get par, I've got to try just a regular zone out to the right and get a little bit of hyzer out of it. This is a tough little green to get into. Too low. It's gonna be a long par look. Be like a little elevator shot. Oh, that had to be pretty close. I couldn't see the basket, so maybe you guys can tell me how close it was. It really reminds me of a buzz, just a little longer. So if I need something to go faster in the woods, something that's gonna fly like a buzz, but get a little more distance, then I'd probably pick up a Pipeline for that kind of shot. Now, if I needed an undertaker style shot, this disc is not gonna work for that because it's too flippy in my opinion, and the speed on it is a little too slow. The Pipeline is more of a woods fairway driver on a slower arm speed that would kind of give you an undertaker flight at slower speeds. So full rip, it's gonna actually flip up and possibly even drift to the right, whereas an undertaker on a full rip is gonna pretty well hold just flat or maybe a little hyzer. So that didn't do too bad. Probably got about 300 feet out of it, and it wasn't really a full-on rip. Also not the disc I'd throw for a distant shot, so getting 300 feet out of it, I'm happy. The problem is, now we've got 300 feet left almost. So I'm gonna try like a big anhyzer. Hey, not bad. Just a little bit too tight on that shot, but I can see where it would hold an anhyzer really good too. I'm really liking the speed of this disc too. I feel like it fits my arm speed pretty good. Similar to a Sting, but it has a little bit wider rim on it. So I'm really enjoying that. The wider rim adds a little bit more speed to the flight, but it's still got enough of that like hold. When you throw an anhyzer, it'll kind of hold the ante a little bit longer, try to fight out of it. Seen that on hole 3, and I seen it on my upshot just now on hole 5. Both of those shots were a slight anhyzer. Hole 5 was a kind of a heavier anhyzer, but higher, and it gave it time to kind of pan out. So it's doing the thing that I would want it to do. So that's a few holes with the DGA Pipeline. I think this disc is gonna be really great to add to anyone's bag. Professionals are gonna use it for wooded shots, slower arm speed kind of shots. New players are gonna be able to throw it flat and still get quite a bit of distance out of it. I think it's just a great all-around disc. It's definitely made my bag. It's one that I go to all the time for more accurate shots in the woods, things like that. Highlight shot of the day for me on it is honestly gonna be hole 4's second shot, where I threw it out with a little touch of hyzer and it flipped up to flat and flew just straight for probably 280 feet. That's what I want out of this disc, is a fast, low, screaming shot. So, and that's what I got out of it on hole 4. If you guys are enjoying the content, don't forget to subscribe. Comment below what your favorite fairway driver is. Be sure to hit the like button, and as always, thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to check out my channel next week, because me and Jess are going to be going to a destination course in Indiana. It's going to be on private land, doing a mic'd up round. It looks like a pretty awesome place, guys. Be on the lookout for that video next week. Thanks, guys.